Hello, I'm Ellie. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to 2026. Happy New Year! Or maybe you're just welcoming in 2027. Happy New Year to you too. So wherever you're joining us from, whether that's 2026, 2027, or maybe it's the middle of the year, the middle of a week, the middle of a month, I hope this video just helps you ease your way into whatever new period you're currently welcoming in your life. New Year can be all about setting big resolutions, big goals, and I just want to remind us to take it back a step. In yoga, there's a belief that our true self is already inside us. All of our knowledge, everything we need to know is already within us, and it's just about stripping back the layers and allowing that true self to really shine through. So we're going to try to work with that a little bit in today's practice. We'll start with some gentle movement. Asana is the word for movement in Sanskrit. And then we will move into some gentle breathwork, Pranayama. Then we will do a tiny little bit of meditation, dhyana. And hopefully that will set you up for a lovely day, week, month, or year. So anyone can do this video, whether you're a beginner, whether you've done a lot of yoga before. You don't have to sit like me, you don't even have to wear leggings. Maybe you're in your pajamas, maybe you're in your bed, maybe you're sitting on a chair, but just find a little place now where you're going to be comfortable. You could sit cross-legged or you could sit kneeling as well. So yeah, maybe pause the video, grab what you need, sit on a cushion if that feels comfortable or a block. And then when you're ready, we'll just come to settle in the space. So wherever you are, closing down the eyes, or take a gentle gaze forwards if that feels better for you. And we'll start just with some shoulder rolls. So take an inhale and bring the shoulders up to the ears. And then exhale, draw them down behind you, release. Take two more like that. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, let them release down. Final one. And with the eyes closed, just take a few breaths, shoulders away from the ears. Just letting yourself arrive in the space. Settling. Moving away from whatever's come before this practice and whatever's coming next. Just taking a few moments to notice your breath. And then when you're ready, just slowly open your eyes, flutter them open. And we'll start with some really gentle cat-cows. So hands on the knees, wherever you are, whatever your seated position looks like. And we'll take an inhale to open the chest. So seeing if you can draw the shoulder blades together, lift the heart and lift the head. And then when you're exhaling, come to round the spine. So inhale, we open through the heart, lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, look forward and round the spine. Let's take a few more like that. See if you can move with your own breath. So you don't need to be in time with me. And just seeing if as you open the chest, you can think about just inviting in some light, some joy, some positivity, opening your heart to all the goodness yet to come. Wherever you are, let's take one more like that. So inhaling, lifting, opening. And exhaling to round. Nice. We're just going to make that one a little bit bigger. So come back to a neutral spine. Take an inhale, lift your hands up towards the sky. And then exhale, you're going to interlace them and bring them behind your head. So really gently, we're going to do the same movement, but a little bit bigger. So as we inhale, we're going to push the head back into the hands, open through the chest, the collarbones, elbows are nice and wide. Nice, let's stay here for a moment. Maybe feeling a nice stretch through the shoulders or through the back. And then when you're ready, take another deep breath in. And then exhale, come to round through the spine, draw your elbows together. And again, let's stay here for a moment. So shoulder blades are drawing apart, rounding through the spine, feeling a stretch through the back body. And then we'll start to move through those poses with the breath. So as you inhale, come to open, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And then exhale to round. Inhale, opening yourself up. And exhale to round. Let's take 3 more. And again, maybe closing the eyes and just moving in time with your breath. Final one when you're ready. On your next inhale, come to lift the hands up to the sky. And then exhale, we're going to take the right hand down to the side and lift the left hand up and over the head. Just take a gentle gaze down towards the ground. And then we're going to move with the breath a little bit here. So we're going to take a deep inhale, reach through the left fingertips. And then exhale, can you turn your chest up towards the sky? Maybe looking underneath your elbow. And you might find here that the left sit bones have lifted a little bit. So can you ground them down, root down, so you've got a really nice long line of energy all the way through the side body. On your next inhale, come back through center. And then exhale again, look down to the floor as you go over to the left, reaching through the right fingertips, gazing down towards the hand. Maybe making sure that right sit bone's really staying rooted into the ground, not lifting up, so you find that length. And then take a deep breath in, find length. And exhale, maybe you turn your gaze up underneath the elbow, finding a little bit more of a side stretch. Nice. On your next breath in, come back up through center. And then exhale, we're going to take a twist. So come to take your left hand, right hand behind you. I'm mirroring, very confusing. Mind your Christmas tree. And then come to take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. So nice and gentle, and we'll take another little twist. So when you're ready, using the breath, inhale, can you grow through the crown of the head a little bit more, find length. And then exhale, can you gaze behind you slightly more? Maybe gently using the hand on the knee to help you get deeper in the twist. So inhale helps you find length. Exhale, find a little bit more depth. Final big deep breath in. Stay for the breath out. And then inhale, take the arms up and back through center. And exhale, taking it to the other side. So gazing over the left shoulder. Again, using your breath here, maybe closing the eyes. Maybe noticing how the spine feels. Final breath in when you're ready. Stay for the breath out. And then inhale, come back up through center. And exhale, we're just going to walk the hands gently forwards. So you might not come far here, just taking a moment to drop the head, drop the chin, maybe rounding the spine slightly. If it feels okay, so not forcing anything, not coming into any pain, maybe you come a little bit flatter, maybe onto the forearms, onto the hands. And let the head and neck be nice and heavy. And as you breathe in, just noticing the back body filling up with air, expanding. And as you exhale, noticing the softening, the release. Nice. And then coming to walk the hands back up. And we'll just do the opposite. So taking your hands behind you onto the fingertips. So keeping them tented up a little bit. Lots of presents and trees in my way. And then come to draw your shoulder blades together. And see if you can look up, send your drishti, your gaze in Sanskrit, up to the sky. Notice how it feels to breathe here with an open heart. Maybe it feels a little tricky. Maybe being open is something that's hard for you. So just noticing that. Whether that's just in the pose or whether that's maybe off the mat as well. Nice. Walking your hands back up. And then we'll come into a little bit more of an opening. So we're going to take a nice big inhale this time, really reaching the arms nice and wide. So kind of like the cat-cows we did, but inviting in a little bit more openness. So again, finding this length all across the collarbones, reaching the hands slightly behind you. When you're ready, take a breath in. And then exhale, come to cross the right arm over the left and give yourself a hug. Rounding through the spine, tucking the chin down to the chest. And just stay there for a moment. Notice the stretch across the back body as you take a deep breath in. And softening as you breathe out. And we'll just take that again, crossing the arms the opposite way this time. So inhale, open through the chest, reach, lift the heart, lift the chest, lift the gaze, the drishti. Keep breathing here. And then when you've taken your next deep breath in, come to exhale, cross the other arm on top this time. Rounding through the spine, tucking the chin to the chest. And again, take a few moments to breathe. Notice how it feels to give yourself a little hug. To be gentle with yourself and kind. Maybe setting an intention for a little bit more of that in this new year. And we'll take that a little different this time. So inhale to open through the chest, lift the heart. And then exhale again, come to round, cross the first arm on top. And then option to stay where you are, or for a little bit more of a stretch, option to lift the chest, so come up to a neutral spine. And then see if you can lift the elbows up. So that bottom arm pushing the top arm up, 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 and hopefully feeling a stretch across the outside of the arm. Nice. Final big deep breath in. And then exhale, come to fold. We'll take that on the other side. Inhale to open through the chest, reach through the fingertips. And exhale, cross the other arm on top, come to round through the spine. And then again, option either to just stay there in that nice hug, or option to straighten up through the spine and lift the elbows. Wherever you are, keep breathing. Feeling the stretch. Final big deep breath in. Exhale to round. And then come to release the hands down onto the knees. Shifting the position if you need to. We're going to come into a little bit of breath work. So before we do, let's take another shoulder roll going back. Close off the eyes. And as you arrive, just take a few moments to observe how you feel. Maybe noticing how it felt to move, to open through the chest, to open through the body. Maybe noticing any shifts in the mind. And then we'll come to take a gentle little bit of breath, just to, again, quiet the mind, calm the body into ground. So I'm going to count you through here. We're going to breathe in for 4 counts and then breathe out for 4 counts. So when you're ready, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Just see if you can continue now with that timing, with that breath. Wherever you are, just complete one final round, one final breath in for 4 and out for 4. And then whenever you're done, again, just take a few moments of stillness, just to notice. And keeping eyes closed, we'll now just move into a short meditation, and we're going to set a word to be the focus of this meditation. So this word is going to be one thing that you want to embody this year. Could be kindness to yourself. Could be an open heart. Could be just the word intention. Anything that you want to bring into this year. And if the mind does start to wander, we'll see if we can come back to that one word. You can also come back to the breath, but just keep that word in your mind's eye. And just knowing that if the thoughts do start to wander, that's normal. Just be gentle with yourself. And see if you can, rather than getting lost in the thoughts, see if you can just note them. Note where the mind is going. Maybe you note that the mind is going into what's coming next, the future after this practice. Maybe you note that the mind is worrying about something that's gone. So almost labeling your thoughts and then coming back away from them. Letting ourselves become the observer of our thoughts. As I said at the beginning, a reminder that our true self is much deeper than our thoughts. So creating that separation between the thoughts and ourselves. As we strip back the layers in yoga, we get closer to our true selves. Our thoughts come, they go, but our true self is what remains. When you're ready now, keeping your eyes closed, just come to bring your palm flat onto the chest, onto the heart space, joined by the other hand just on top. Just take a moment to observe maybe the beat of the heart, maybe the breath, the expansion of the chest, and the softening. Just take one more moment to repeat that word or short phrase for this year to yourself 3 times. And then come to bring the hands into prayer, Anjali Mudra. Take the thumbs to the third eye space. Maybe give yourself a little massage there. Let the thumbs make a little circle in that space. And then take a bow down to yourself. Thank yourself for making a little bit of time for you, for your body, for your breath, for your mind. And then come to rise up and slowly open the eyes. And I welcome you back into the space with a namaste. And wishing you all the best for your year, your month, 2026, 2027, wherever you are. Thank you.